What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about an unusual missile. This is the SRAAM. It stands for Short Ranged Air-to-Air Missile. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to use it and how to use the Harrier GR1 effectively. Real quick, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And it really helps push out this video and helps with the algorithm, and it also just means a lot to me. So real quick, the SRAAM is a missile that a lot of people don't suspect because it is a very short-range air-to-air missile with high maneuverability. It does not have any flare resistance though, so it will get one flared pretty easily. But if you're using it against people who are not suspecting anything, it can be, a pretty dangerous missile. And a lot of people don't really understand how the SRAAM works. And so a lot of times you will be able to catch people who just aren't paying attention. The only issue really with this missile is the fact that it's two carriers, which is the Harrier GR1 and the Hunter F6 Hunter are both flareless versions of aircraft that do not have countermeasures, basically making them, pretty vulnerable to attacks from air-to-air missiles and attacks from the rear. Now, if you're wanting to use the SRAAM successfully, what you're going to need to be able to do is climb and use boom and zoom and try to pick people off in fights. Or you can also try to get into the, mock ball, fur ball. These missiles don't even go a mile. They have about 60.06, so about, almost about 3/4 of a mile, a little less than that. They can be used when you're at really high speeds. I've had them hit at 0.8 of a mile, eighth of a mile. That's just a push though. Honestly, the real saving factor for this missile is its BR of 9.7, with a couple of planes going up and down with the BR changes coming up in October, like the A5C is going up to 10.7. You should have a better time being able to play the Harrier or the Hunter. And the SRAAM is a pretty fun missile. If you guys don't have it, I would really suggest taking it out and giving it a try. It can be one that I have a lot of fun playing the missile, and it might shock you at some of the things this missile can do. Basically, the SRAAM is literally just a rod with a very, very quick burner. It allows for super high, intense maneuvering off of launch, but it does not go far at all. So it's definitely a weird missile that, like I said, guys, it's not a great missile. It has no flare resistance, has no range, but when used right, it can be pretty fun, and it might, like I said, surprise you guys, because this missile can do things that most missiles can't, and that is the high maneuverability off of launch. And it definitely can take your opponents off of guard or catch your opponents off guard if they're not paying attention. And I'm all down for getting a couple of free kills for people who are not paying any attention to the game whatsoever. Now, with the SRAAMs, another tactic you can use is, because you're in a Harrier or a Hunter, which are both subsonic aircraft, you can use the SRAAM to try to get people to slow down, to try to use to get guns on. How I suggest doing this is, if they're running away from you, shoot an SRAAM. If they're a flareless aircraft, they're probably going to try maneuvering, which might bleed away at enough speed that you can get a second SRAAM off or just gun them down. Also, think of the SRAAMs as an extension of your gun. Use them as they're, a bit farther range than your gun. If you're just outside of gun range, your SRAAMs can probably hit. And also keep in mind that it's good for, forcing overshoots. If you get someone out in front quickly, you can just pull around and SRAAM them, and you might have, luck with that. Really, the best strategy for this plane is to pick people off who aren't paying attention, or try to force a fur ball that you can just dive in and shoot a bunch of SRAAMs at people who are paying zero attention whatsoever. This missile, like I said, pulls really, really hard off the rails, doesn't go very far, but if people aren't paying attention, they will eat it. It's just, it's a pretty fun missile to just go around and have fun with. Honestly, if this plane, sat point, 4 below or sat at 9.3, it would probably be one of the best planes in the BR bracket, just due to, it's a Harrier flight model. Harriers are near and true to my heart, but not a lot of people love them. It feels the same about the SRAAM. I really like the SRAAM. I know not a lot of people do, but it definitely is a missile that you guys can test around with. Anyways, make sure to comment your thoughts on the SRAAM. Is it a missile that, you might take out and try? Is it a missile that you enjoy? Please make sure to hit that like button. It really helps out my videos. Make sure to subscribe. It helps the channel out quite a bit and means the world to me. The Discord will be linked down below in the comments as usual. And it really just means a lot to me to see you guys hanging out there. So I will catch you guys in the next video.